Well, my brothers and sisters, hey, this Pastor G, some call me Bishop G. But I wanted to jump on this morning. It's about 10:02, and I wanted to add a little knowledge um, about what's happening in our city. I was watching the news last night and looking at some things that was happening um, around about the school board um, building and things that people were protesting and saying outside. But we got to be careful how we the height of things. I worked in that school district for over, I think, about 18 years. I was the first coordinator that implemented the GANG unit, GANG, to help deal with kids who had a behavior problem. It seemed like um, Memphis Shelby County School is the only school in the whole state of Tennessee, especially in Memphis or Shelby County. You very seldom hear anything that's happening with Millerton and Houston and Collierville and Lakeland and other areas, but it seems like all the focus is on Shelby County schools to try to make us look as horrible as we can look. We have a great team in place. We have great people that's working and doing a marvelous job. Sometimes it's just like a person can go buy a car that been sitting up in the garage for years, and they take it and they restore it. They bring it back to life. Some things you inherit and it's not on you, but that's all you was given to work with, and you got to make the best of it. But briefly, I'm not going to be long. I know I'm going to upset some people, but frankly, I don't care about that. I hear people saying that there's a percentage of our children that cannot read, and they're trying to put all the fault on the school district, but it's not the school district fault. When I was young and we came up, when the teachers gave you an assignment, a reading assignment, a math assignment, the home also played a part in helping you to accomplish the assignment. People now are faulting the school district because children cannot read. But my brothers and sisters, what can you do when the parents are not willing to help you implement what need to be done? The average home today are not interested in the child reading. They're only interested in the child playing with their tablets and playing different games on the tablet. There's no moments in that house, and I know what I'm talking about. I have gone to homes and I've seen teachers give out assignments. When I first started, I started as an ISS coordinator, and I was determined those kids that the school didn't want to send home and suspend them. They created an in-school suspension program, and I was fortunate enough to model my classroom that it wasn't a daycare. They wasn't going to come in and go to sleep. I made them be accountable for their action, and also made them do their work assignments. And there were some kids that literally, and I can bag it up with evidence proof because I can contact the principals. There was kids that actually graduated from out of my ISS class. I would go to the classroom and the teachers was willing to give them their assignments, what they wouldn't do in their classroom. They did it with me. And there were some students that were suspended. You take their assignments home, knock on the door, and the parents literally cuss you out. Didn't want to help at all. I've seen different programs in the school district that they had after school to help kids that was having some problems in reading to help bring them up to standards. But the parents said they don't have time to come pick them up. They got to go to work. They got other things to do. So they wouldn't allow the kids to come to the reading curriculum program that once they found out that the child was lacking in reading or math or other areas. So what can you do? It's just like this. when the disciples was caught in a storm, they was messing with the water. But the problem with the storm that was causing the recklessness in the boat and causing the boat to shift from side to side was not the water, it was the wind. And when Jesus stood up, he didn't deal with the water, he spoke to the wind. And once he got the wind to obey him, then the sea calmed down. My brothers and sisters, this is what's happening. The parents, they're the wind. You can only do so much as an administrator. We have heterogeneous parents instead of homogeneous parents. That means getting them to be on the same page to come into the likeness with you. They're indifferent. There's a word they call in locus parentheans, where the kids come on the campus and we become their parents. Teachers trying to do all of that to help and invest in these children. But what can you do when they come for a few hours, then they don't get to school till late? The federal money, people know this, that's in the first period. The money that they allocate to the school is based on that first period when those kids are enrolled and marked present. But when they don't get there to 10 o'clock, who fault is that? I've seen the kids get to school at 10 o'clock and the parents have stopped at the store and bought them all kinds of chips and drinks. Whose fault is that? My brothers and sisters, don't believe the hype. A lot of people want to be in front of the camera and say different things. But the problem to help us to become better students and studious enough in our understanding and reading, it starts at home. I remember my grandmother and them bought these encyclopedias, and we had to sit there. They would bring them to your house, a whole book of them, and you learn. We took a thing away. See, we know what, and I'm not trying to give you a history lesson. We know what the Sunday school was all about. It was really at the time to help the kids that couldn't go to school because they were working in the fields back in the servitude time. So they created a school on Sunday morning. Well, now, what is happening in the church? We're taking away Baptist training union. We're coming with all types of games and activities and comical shows and everything other than trying to implement a program to help them to read. See, Sunday school is the best thing because when they came to Sunday school, the teacher would ask them and wouldn't embarrass them to give them an opportunity to read. So all of this was enhancing their ability to know how to read. I had a young boy when I was in the school district. He ran out of this particular school. I won't name the school. And they let him run. He ran away. I got in my truck and found him. He was in the attic behind some houses. I got out of my truck and I talked to him. He was in an alternative school. And I asked him, why are you running from education? And he said that the reason why he left the school and he ran out the door is because he couldn't read. And the teacher didn't know that at that particular time. So he was embarrassed. So what did I do? I started sitting in his class with him, helping him to pronounce certain words, helping him, lifting his self-esteem. And guess what? That young man eventually learned how to read. And he felt good about himself. We as adults, those of us who the Lord has blessed to be educated, we must apply ourselves to helping. They have all kinds of evening service, PTO. Go to them. Parents won't show. The staff be trying to meet with the parents to show them where their child have been cutting class and a problem when it comes to teaching the child. But what can you do when the parents won't bring them and the parents will not come? My brothers and sisters, I'm just tired of seeing the district being attacked by people that won't hold up and be responsible for that's wrong. It's not the staff. No. You can only do so much yourself, but you got to have some help. You got to have people who are willing to help you to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And this is not happening. And everybody trying to just make the district look like it's the worst thing going. I graduated from Memphis City Schools. I went to Memphis State. I have my master's. I have my teacher certification license. Yes, I do. So how did I make it? I graduated from Memphis Theological Seminary. How did I make it? Because my mother played a part, and my father, my grandmother, in my educational part of my life, in my growth. Until we do that, you're going to constantly see people trying to draw attention to themselves just to be out front, and the problem lies with us. Joshua said it best in Joshua 4. I've been teaching and preaching for the last 2 weeks. What do these stones? He said, your children will come later on and ask the question, what do these stones mean? The average child today, they know more about that rapping stuff. They got them on the video, dancing and with the boots on and doing all this. And they're hollering, hey, hey. But I'm willing to bet that child that know that dance cannot read. Don't know the difference between a verb and an adverb. Don't know the difference between W-E-R-E and W-H-E-R-E. Don't know the difference. Whose fault is it? It's the parents. It's the parents. Until the parents and that household become team players, they're going to still have a low percentage of our kids cannot perform. And it's not the district, it's the parents. I'm not afraid to say what I got to say. Everybody not going to like you when you're speaking the truth. It's nothing new. Those of us as ministers, we're not going to come together, but it's no problem. It started back in Dr. King Day. He came to Memphis to try to help solve a problem with our sanitation workers. Guess what happened? The Baptist preachers wouldn't let the man come into the Baptist church. He was a Baptist preacher. You still got the same problem today. The same problem. Until we come together as one. See, one snowflake don't cause no problem. But let that snowflake come together. It can close down highways and airports and train stations when it comes together. And that's all I'm saying. The problem, don't believe the hype. The problem lies within that home where that child is coming out. The average child, watch them. They don't have no books coming to school. Teacher give them books, they lose the books. Parents come acting a fool when the school say you got to pay for the book. They never seen the book, but they get that phone. They have that cell phone. My brothers and sisters, the fault lies with us. And I'm generalizing this conversation. Those of us as adults got to go to these meetings, get your child involved, see what's going on in the curriculum where your child is lacking, and work with the teacher that's telling you. And don't cuss the teacher out that your teacher picking on your child. That's not the case. Your child got a serious problem and we need you to get on board so we can make it better. If the parents do that, then there'll be a difference in our community. Talking about strong school, strong community, that's a good saying. Huh. But you got a weak community and trying to make a strong school, and the kids, you can't teach them at home to do nothing. They don't mind you at home. So what make you think they're going to mind the administrator at school? Because they see the things that's happening. Hey, this Pastor G, this Bishop G, I had to come on to say this. We got a good district. We need the parents to get on board with us. Until next time, you be blessed.